Hello Scorpio, welcome back, welcome if you're new. So as you can see, I did delete all my old videos, but I'm back, I'm here, I'm present. Just need a new beginning on my channel. I was going for stuff, but here I am. Let's see Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio? Gonna jump straight into there. We have discernment. We have sovereignty. We have darkness. Bottom of the deck, self-reflection. Deep as the ocean here, Scorpio. Didn't expect anything less, let's be honest. So I do feel like you need to have some discernment at this time. I do feel like maybe your mind's a little bit clouded right now with that discernment card coming out. Pardon me, I do have a cough, so please excuse me. Now, on both of these cards here, they're actually holding on to their world, their planet, their inner light. And I feel like for some of you, you may be protecting your inner light right now, which is absolutely fine. I would never dismiss that. It's like, I feel for some of you, you need to have discernment with maybe people, things, situations that are happening around you. Just be mindful of things and remember your sovereignty. I want to say it is because like this counter is, as soon as I say in that sovereignty card, like, remember who you are. Bit of a Lion King moment there. But I do feel like you need to remember who you are through this time, because I do feel like there is some darkness that is popping up here. And this is for you to have a look at. We all have that light and dark within us, but it's I feel like for some of you, it's making sense of this darkness that is in you, this shadow work. It is part of you, regardless, and it's time to have maybe some time with yourself and see what other people are mirroring back to you, because usually it's the way that we feel about ourselves rather than, them actually doing anything to us, even though they probably are. But it's a reflection of how we feel about ourselves on the inside. So let's see what's happening in your past position here, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see what's in your present position here, Scorpio. We have Justice. Just going to move these up a tiny tad. And let's see what's in the potential future position for you, Scorpio. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. So let's clarify that Ace of Pentacles here for you, Scorpio, in that past position. We have the Seven of Swords. Excellent. Let's see why the Justice is here. Nine of Cups. And let's see why that Knight of Swords is here for you, Scorpio, in the potential future. We have the Queen of Swords. Bottom deck, we have the King of Swords. There is a... There's counterparts there. So let's have a look. See, I am going to further clarify. So, Scorpio, I do feel like for some of you, I feel like in the past you've really wanted to offer something, but this was done maybe in a way that was not true to you with this Seven of Swords. Don't worry, we all been there. Maybe this is what you need to have a look at within yourself. Having that discernment. And I feel like for some of you, it's like because your mind was cloudy as well. Maybe you weren't thinking straight at the time, but now you're starting to get yourself into some sort of order here, recognizing your own worth in this. I do feel like whatever happened here has give you, that moment of clarity. You're starting to I feel like for some of you, you want to balance out maybe a connection here. For some of you, it is your wish fulfillment. It's not quite the 10 of Cups, but it's the 9. There is a cup that's missing here. I do feel like there is maybe a want here, and this is coming from your logical mind rather than the heart space. And this is maybe where you need to have a look at yourself here. Because the place of the mind, we do mad things, quite honestly, and it's usually ego driven, and I feel like you really want to rush towards somebody here, whether this be male or female, we have both within us. But it's like you're starting to get clear on what you want. But I feel like for some of you, you rush towards it, and you know, it's like maybe you need to have some time to heal here and have some reflection on getting clear what you want, you know, instead of rushing into a situation that might not serve you. So let's further clarify that Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. We have the World. So again, I'm feeling like you wanted a new beginning, but it hasn't been done in a way that was, it's been self-deceptive, like in a way that it hasn't turned out the way that you wanted, but it was done in a self-deceptive way, I'd like to say. And don't worry, we've all done that, where we've sort of put our feelings last before how we truly feel. I feel like that's what's happened here. So let's clarify that Justice and the Nine of Cups in the present. Justice and the Nine of Cups. We have fifth chakra Archangel Gabriel. So I do feel like you want to communicate with this person, which is totally fine. You know, maybe you need to speak something to this person in particular, and that's okay. You can do that. But I feel like you need to get yourself in a place of sovereignty where you're in your power. You know, for some of you, I feel like it's communicating truth, the way that you actually feel, rather than in the self-deceptive way. I feel like you need to be clear on how you want to communicate. So let's further clarify that Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. We have the third chakra, Archangel Samuel. And we have Daughter, Personal Healing, Happiness on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like this is you building on your confidence as well. It has to come from the inside. So maybe you do need to maybe work on the self-esteem. Maybe you felt like you weren't good enough, so you offered something else that wasn't really you, I'd like to say. That's a strange one. But I feel like there's some shadow work to be had here. And I feel like it's something to do with the way that you feel about yourself, self-esteem. You know, I just feel like you need to dig a little bit deeper into how you feel about yourself, because you won't accept people, things, situations. You might not even be interested in this person eventually when you step into your power. It's just knowing your worth in not an ego sense. It's just, you know, it's digging that little bit deeper into you and realising what you truly want. So let's see, Scorpio. This is getting complicated already. Let's see, Scorpio. What else is there? We have the Siren. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, because sirens, they have like a call, don't they? Sirens. I read these intuitively. So I do feel like you find this person very attractive. For some of you, it's the way that they speak. And just putting it out there. But I feel like you weren't true to yourself. I feel like you know that you weren't true to yourself as well. Maybe that this was you calling them in, sort of thing. You know that you were highly attractive. The roles can be reversed, by the way. So I'm not calling you out, Scorpio. Well, I am, sort of. I am. So this might be the work that you need to work on. Like, are you just attracting people in for your own gain or somebody else's? Maybe this is their shadow work. Again, the roles can be reversed. You know you better than anybody. So, you know, take it as it resonates. It takes a lot of self-acceptance because we do have the self there. Oh my dears. So I do feel like this is you taking your own feelings into account. You know, getting to the root of you. This is all about self-love. It's right in the middle. You know, stepping into your power is your own self-love. And I feel like when you get into that, you're going to be able to communicate your true feelings because it's getting past that fear. You know. So let's get the last one for you here, Scorpio, and then we'll get into your advice. We have the Pilgrim. So this is part of your journey, and you've got the sword on the bottom of the deck, which points to me about truth. Lots of swords here. as well. I feel like you want to communicate your truth. It just feels like a mountain, and I feel like this is fear of being true and honest to yourself more than anything. And when you're true and honest to yourself, you're able to communicate better with others. And I know exactly how it feels when you feel like you can't speak your truth, because I've been through it myself, and it's the hardest bit. It's like you sort of feel like you're living in a lie, but then you're like, I've got to communicate my truth. I've got to tell them. And it's just being honest with yourself and being like, even if it is, I like you. Right? And it's really hard to say this sometimes, and I understand. I like you, so let's do something or whatever. And you feel like, well, what if they don't feel the same way? What if they've moved on? And I feel like that's what you need to like work on, is that fear of, I feel like this is your self-esteem, like feeling like you're not worthy of this for whatever reason, because they might cut you off or whatever. That Queen of Swords can be quite cutting. But I feel like it's working through that fear and going for it regardless. For some of you, Scorpio, and just communicating your truth, from win or lose, it doesn't really matter. You'll feel good for being honest with you. Trust us. So let's get some advice for you here, Scorpio. This one came out before and I didn't take it, but I seen it, so here we go. It did come out this time. Watch and wait. So again, I'm feeling like you need to really maybe step back and look at yourself for a little minute. Look at yourself for just a little minute, Scorpio. Because I feel like things are going to come in for you when you least expect it. But I feel like you need to look at yourself first and foremost, Let's get another one for you here, Scorpio. Advice for Scorpio. We have the hummingbird spirit, be here and now. So this is about getting present in your life. And I feel like when you get present in your life, you're going to recognise like the things that maybe you have done to yourself or other people. And trust me, the hardest pills to swallow are the ones about yourself. Just be accountable for you. You can't be accountable for everybody else's actions but yourselves. And you need to stay present in this moment. Do the things that bring you joy. You'll get clarity through that. So let's get another one for you, Scorpio. We have the snake spirit, time to heal. So I do feel like you need to give yourself that time to shed your old skin here. There's a new you wanting to emerge, and it won't emerge until you allow it to. It's part of your journey. We're always healing, we're always growing, and I feel like that's the sort of stage that you're in, is looking at yourself sort of stage, that self-reflection stage, and that's okay. That's okay. So Scorpio, we're going to ask the pendulum a question. So get a question in your mind, relaxed, all that good stuff. So you can pause the video if you want, ask that question, and we'll see what the pendulum has to say to your question in your mind. So let's see. What is the answer to the question on Scorpio's mind? Well, that's a yes, Scorpio. Thank you so much. So, Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have the most beautiful day, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.